Hi, everyone. I'm Dana Ponsky, your guide to college, and welcome to Being Jewish in College's new video series, Kibbutz in 10 Minutes. Today, you will get 10 minutes of valuable information from Adina Ostreicher, Executive Director of UConn Hillel. And thank you so much today for joining us. So to kick off, my first question is, what is the name of the Jewish Center on campus?
It's the Tracton Zach's Hillel House.
Wonderful. And how many Jewish students do you have on campus? And if you could possibly, not everybody's able to do this, kind of give a breakdown of Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, Reconstruction, Humanistic, doesn't identify with anything.
Sure. Yes. So it's been estimated about 10% of the undergraduate student population is Jewish. So approximately 2,000 Jewish students here. Hard to kind of identify the breakdown, but from the, what students are most interested in Hillel, I would say the majority of them would consider themselves mostly Reform, a few Conservative, but we do not have a very large population that identifies as Orthodox in any way.
Okay. In terms of kosher food options,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any available on campus, off campus? What are they? Where can the student access kosher food?
Yes. So we have a dedicated kosher dining hall, which is about maybe 100 yards from Hillel. And it's probably one of the best dining halls on campus. They serve kosher food for all meals, except for Saturdays when they're closed. And then the food for Saturdays, actually, they provide food to us here at Hillel for free for Friday night Shabbat meals. And then they also provide meals to us. The students can come in for free and pick up meals for the weekend as well.
Awesome.
And that's part of all the dining plans here. Students, wherever they live on campus, are eligible to eat in this kosher dining hall.
Very, very nice. So speaking of Shabbat, are there weekly Shabbat dinner services, gathering opportunities, and approximately how many students typically attend each week?
Yeah, so every Friday we do a Kabbalat Shabbat service, and this has been a weird year with the COVID. So in person, we would normally have anywhere from 60 to 80 students participate. During our Zoom, we had probably about 35 or 40. And then after services, we have dinner. And for that, we usually get quite a few more that join us for dinner. And students are welcome to come for services and dinner, just services, just dinner, whatever works for them. It's every Friday night and it's free for all students.
Wonderful. What is your most popular or well-attended program on campus throughout the year?
One of our most popular is our hummus experience. We partner with a couple of other organizations on campus, and we do make your own hummus. Groups compete to make hummus, and then we do a taste testing, and it's judged, and the winner gets free hummus for a year. It's super popular, and we work with our Huskies for Israel and other organizations on campus to host this event. So certainly anything that has food is a big draw, but that's one of our more popular ones. And another popular one is actually our Seders are very, very popular. We get a great crowd. Obviously, they were virtual this year, but that's something that brings in a lot of students. And this year we only did one Seder on the second night, but we will hopefully return to two Seders next spring when we're back in person.
Wonderful. So shifting it a little bit in terms of the academic side of things, are there any Jewish studies majors or minors at the university? And are there Hebrew language course options for students to take if they're interested?
Yes, so we have a Center for Judaic Studies and Contemporary Jewish Life at UConn. It is a major program, so students can get a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate in Judaic studies. And yes, they have a full complement of Hebrew language courses, everything from beginner all the way up to higher level courses. And students in any program are eligible to take courses within that program. In fact, one of the most popular courses is a course on Jews and humor that's taught by the director of that program, who also sits on our Hillel board here. And so they have a full range of classes there, and many of our students do participate in them. But yes, you can get a major or a minor in that program if you're interested.
Wonderful. And also shifting this a little bit, but in terms of the political and social justice climate on
Mhm.
campus, have there been any issues involving BDS, anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, anti-Israel, anti-anything that the university has faced recently or in the past few
Mhm.
years? And how has the administration of the university handled that?
Hmm. Great question. So we have historically not had a lot of activity around BDS or anti-Zionism, anti-Israel on campus. So that's doesn't mean it won't, occur at any time, but that's historically not something that UConn has experienced. This past year, we did have an uptick in anti-Semitic incidents on campus. Not typical for our campus, not something we've experienced a lot. I have to say, as upsetting as it was, I feel the real test of a community is how they respond to challenges. And I feel very encouraged by the response by the administration and how the Hillel community is now part of more conversations around bias response, around training for both students, staff, and faculty on campus. Our student Hillel board president now has an ex officio seat on the university undergraduate student government here. We've been involved in a lot of conversations with the senior administrators in terms of improving the campus climate. So despite the challenges we faced, which is not typical for our campus, I feel really encouraged about the response and about really building greater partnerships with senior administrators around creating a more inclusive community.
Wonderful. So if a student is coming to UConn from anywhere in the country, what challenges might they face being a Jewish student on campus that might arise?
Um, I think probably what I hear from a lot of students is I think one of the biggest challenges is there is not like we're in a very rural area, so there's not going to be a city with more vibrant Jewish opportunities, like a kosher market or other shuls or places to go for community beyond the store's community. So I think that's important for students to know. It's a gorgeous campus, and if you're looking for something that's just got a lot of natural beauty and a community that is very strong academically and offers a lot in terms of campus life, it's wonderful. But I think one of the challenges some students find is finding Jewish life outside of the store's community, being that we are so rural. So I think that's important to know, and that can be a plus or a con depending on what a student is looking for. But I think, the closest city is Hartford, which is half an hour away. So there's not a lot of public transportation here. So I think that's important for students to recognize and can be a challenge sometimes for new students.
Perfect. What is one interesting piece of information about the University of Connecticut that you would love for people to know?
There's a tremendous source of pride in UConn. And if you come to campus, I think one thing that students would recognize is they will see students walking around with UConn Huskies gear, and I think that speaks to the pride that students have in the university. Certainly, pride in our sports teams, which is a big part of campus life. Students are big Husky fans and are out at a lot of sporting events, which is a big part of campus life. But I think there's a real sense of pride in the fact that Connecticut has a wonderful state institution that's incredibly strong academically, that produces very talented graduates, and that is a really wonderful place to go to school, both from academic perspective and also the social life that you find here. So I'd say great sense of Husky pride here.
Nice. And my final question is, what do you love most about being a leader in the Jewish community at the University of Connecticut?
Well, the students, of course, there have been extraordinary leadership, and that makes my job easy. We have a really active student Hillel board here. They have a strong voice on campus and a lot of autonomy in terms of creating programming and working with the administration on outreach and collaboration with other organizations. So that's incredible to work with students that are like that. But I also feel incredibly supported by the university administration, by the local community, and then of course our partners throughout the state of Connecticut, the Jewish federations and others who help support us, and the good work that we do for our students. And that certainly makes my job easier and incredibly rewarding.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Our 10
You're
minutes
welcome.
are up with my 10
All
questions.
right.
But thank you very, very much. And for anyone who's interested in getting in touch, we will provide the information for not only the University of Connecticut, but most importantly, the University of Connecticut Hillel. And we appreciate your time, and we look forward to working together again soon.
Likewise.